This is a time of frustration, Simon, for Deli Alli, and let me tell you why. Over the weekend, it emerged that this is where we're at regarding Deli Alli at Tottenham not playing. So why is he not playing? Now, of course, we know who's in the door in Paris. PSG have now got one Maurizio Pochettino at PSG. It's my understanding here that PSG wants him, Pochettino wants him, Deli Alli wants to go, and so do his representatives. They want him to go because further down the line, they want him to play with the Euros in mind in the summer. Jose Mourinho, is my understanding, more than happy that he goes. Daniel Levy has said no. Daniel Levy says no. Yep. So, all in all, they've now turned down, as I understand it, 3 loan offers from PSG for Deli Alli, and now another one now, and Levy is still saying no.
Yep.
So why is one man standing in the way of this player going out there, playing football, and then maybe getting in Southgate's plans for the summer?
Because he's the chairman of the football club, and his job is to make sure that the best value is attractive for Tottenham Hotspur, economically, logistically. You know, we understand that Mourinho is relaxed about letting him go, or for it, or not going to stand in his way. Yeah. But also on the flip side of that, we don't know what's going to come down the line with the COVID-19 challenges that players are going to have coming back from international duty. So maybe there's a little bit of mischief to be had there with Mourinho being acquiescent to it. But if PSG... Deli Alli has put himself in this position, irrespective of the background narrative that Mourinho destroys players and Mourinho's this. Mourinho doesn't. One thing Mourinho doesn't do on the whole is cut his nose off to spite his face. If there was a place for Deli Alli in the Spurs side, it would be there and available for him. It's Deli Alli that's put himself in this position. And it's Deli Alli is the reasons why he may not find himself in the European Championships this year because of his performance. But the notion that he can go to PSG, fine, write a check out then. If you want this player, you've got oodles of money. You've just binned off Thomas Tuchel and paid him a fortune for walking out the door. You've paid £200 million for Mbappe. You are recession-proof as a business in terms of the ownership you've got. Write a check out for Deli Alli, and I guarantee you Daniel Levy will sell him.
Yeah, but, I mean, if he's not in their plans, why not send him out there on loan? Because Mourinho's saying he can go.
By the same token, yeah, that's looking from the eyes of the player. Looking through the eyes of the club, it's not all about the individual, it's about the collective. Daniel Levy's responsibility is to manage Tottenham Hotspur and make sure that Tottenham Hotspur have out of this what they want.
But it appears that Tottenham Hotspur don't want him.
They've signed it, well, they might not want him for the foreseeable future, but they might want him in the longer game when injuries and COVID-19 decimations come as a result of international duty and people being quarantined. And Daniel Levy's job, he signed a dud in Gareth Bale. His job is to make sure he maximises the opportunity through PSG. If PSG in the Champions League want Deli Alli, they don't get to nickel and dime him. They get to write a check out and put it in front of Daniel Levy, and I guarantee you he'll sell Deli Alli. And it's not about Tottenham Hotspur looking after Deli Alli's career. Deli Alli looks after his career. If his performances were at a level that made him knock on the door of Jose Mourinho and say, I want to be in this team, he'd be in that bloody team. Deli Alli has put himself in this position over the last 18 months. No one put him there. You know, he came into the...
Some would argue Mourinho's put him in that position.
No, his performances have put him there. Mourinho's not... If Deli Alli's going to win football games for Jose Mourinho, he's going to play him. Perhaps it's a trust issue. Perhaps Mourinho doesn't think that he can trust Deli Alli. And that's a big thing with football managers, as Danny will attest to. The notion that you know what you've got in your dressing room, you know what it's going to do, and every now and again it makes errors, but they're genuine bona fide errors. And Deli Alli, I'm not saying he's you know, a litany of errors. I'm saying that Mourinho clearly doesn't feel that he can start this guy or put him in the mix for the big-time games when it counts.
It's Patrick, who's a big Tottenham fan. What on earth is Simon John going on about? Ali's not in the team because Mourinho has a personal vendetta against him.
See, people like this are so obtuse. Why would you have a personal agenda against an individual? If you look at the video where Mourinho talks about Deli Alli, he calls him a terrible trainer and says it through a laughing perspective. This guy, Mourinho, tries to get the best from players with a variety of different tactics, and sometimes it's a slow burn. And I guarantee you some of the changes in Luke Shaw would have been the hard love that Mourinho gave him with his shoe buried up his backside.